So somebody just walked up to me and said, who left this small child here? How can you leave a child like this? I was saying that, okay, I have to stand up for the man to see that this is a fine girl that is set.
Yes, that is me, struggling to adjust a curtain. Oh, here comes my wife, aka my madam. So what is she feeling like, eh? Because she's taller than me. There you are. I've come to borrow your meat. No, why are you frowning? Welcome to our world of reality, emotions, and humor. We are the Morgans. Okay, my name is Victor Udochukwu Morgan. I hold a Bachelor of Art degree from the University of Ibadan.
My name is Oluwafunmibi Olasanyide. I am a graduate of Theatre and Media Arts from the Federal University of Ekiti, an aspiring master's student too.
My name is Nnamdi Chinoso Ananaba. I possess 2 degrees. I hold a Bachelor of Arts, Theatre Arts and Film Studies degree from Redeemers University and a Master of Arts, Theatre Arts degree from University of Lagos.
Okay, I'm a product of both. I had a primary and secondary school education in a private school place, and then my university was in a public school.
I'm also a product of both private primary and secondary school, private first degree, my undergraduate, and public master's degree.
Well, for me, I'm a product of public. When I mean public, you know what public means. Both primary, both secondary, and university. The product of the public school. Okay, I think education was, my parents never really placed so much. I won't say they did not place premium on education, but they would always encourage you to go to school. If you can exceed, if you can take it up to university level, fine. And if it is secondary school education, fine as well. But I think one of the most, for me as an individual, my inspiring drive was, apart from the fact that my parents encouraged me, was the people that revolved around me, people I grew up with, my neighborhood, and the people I looked up to as well. I had a lot of people I looked up to, people that were quite older than me, and a lot of these people I saw going to universities, going to secondary school. A lot of these people I saw come out with good grades from universities and from secondary school. And each time these people talk about university education, and each time they talk about secondary school education, I get inspired. And so that was one of my driving force. And to also add it up, I also felt that education was also more like a priority for me to help define my world. I mean, when I mean my world, I'm talking about my future world. Required goal I wanted in life. So and that was just it.
Okay, I would say for me, my house, education is a must. At least, like my father would say, a master's degree.
So the least in your family, you must come home with a master's degree.
As long as it is you are my father's child. He will always ring it to your ears. At least you must get a master's degree, because the way things are going now, you have to harm yourself when it comes to education. You have to be able to get a good education so that you can stand on your own.
I come from a home that places premium on both experience and high-level education. Being that my parents are both educated individuals, so they place that demand, not just demand, some sort of respect on ensuring that you should be educated. And it helped me. It has helped me. And now that we live in an age whereby it's more of the most valuable currency is experience. Education tends to add to that level. Education helps to give you a footing door to help give you access to the experience that you desire. So for sure, yes, I do come from a very um, good home that demands value for education.
Going to school for me was an amazing thing. Starting from my primary school, my secondary school, and then my university. My primary school was, I remembered when I was in primary school, when they would ask me to sit down, when others would be on the assembly ground. I didn't understand what was going on because I felt it was eight. They don't like me, they don't want me to mix with other children. That was why they asked me to sit down while others stayed on the assembly ground. Those people on the assembly ground were not seeing it like that. You understand? So I had to go on one day and then ask my dad, what's going on? Why would others be on the assembly ground and they will ask me to sit down? So he explained to me that, okay, it's because of your leg so that you don't get tired easily and all that. That was when I understood where the teachers and the principal, where they are coming from. And then my secondary school, I used to tell people that I'm a very, very stubborn child. When I was secondary school, I look for people's trouble. But before you cannot bully me, because before you say one thing, I've already said two, three things about myself. So there's nothing more for you to say. So that's it. And it's this kind of private school that when you close from school, it's the school bus that will take you home, and then they will make sure that when they take you home, they wait for you to get into your apartment. It's for somebody like me. They will even make sure they get into that, and even call my parent that has she gotten home for somebody like me.
Really.
So when I got to the university is a big word. It's a different world entirely where what actually happened was that if people filling the format seen me earlier, they would have called me even in the middle of the crowd to do that. But because the crowd was huge, they could not see me. So somebody just walked up to me and said, who left this small child here? How can you leave a child like this? I was saying that, okay, I have to stand up for the man to see that this is a fine girl that is set. What's going on? I'm not a baby. I am not a girl. What's going so many interesting things, from the acceptance to making friends. That's just it.
Interesting.
Secondary school was, I would describe it as a formative year for me, whereby I was able to um, form a large part of my character. A lot of parents now must understand that they have to be very cautious of parenting for their children during these years, because characters are formed, bad and good characters, and the bad characters are easily traced from secondary school age. So secondary school years for me was exciting because I stayed in boarding school throughout that time. I interacted with a lot of people. I was put in a position of leadership in my senior secondary school years, and I'm thankful for that. And I was able to find love and acceptability. I think secondary school helped to build a lot of my confidence level, because I related with a lot of seniors that were extremely smart, related with a lot of beautiful female classmates, that were, some of them were school mummies. School
I want
mummies.
that experience of school mom is there. Well, no,
I had,
we all have. In my
I
own
think
school,
I think I had
I had a school
I
mommy.
think I had one or two.
I had. Let me now tell you if that is what you want to hear from me. I had a school mommy. I had a school mommy that was taking care of me. If I needed something, I walk up to my school mommy, mommy, I need this. She will provide it. No, school father, they don't provide for you. School mommies provide.
I had school mothers, school. I had very great teachers. It was a challenge. I won't lie to you, because I was also trying to catch up academically, because I think secondary school tends to form a lot of your foundational intellectual
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
You know, so if you take time to really understand yourself in that period, you know, your habits that you form in secondary school,
You take it
it's
off.
really forms a lot of your life.
Yeah, because
You
I
know,
think that
both
is
negatively and positively.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the sense of responsibility that was given to me back then in secondary school, because I think I was a prefect twice, that helped a lot when it comes to character formation. First time, I don't joke with my secondary school, because I fell in love. I think I fell in love twice, partial falling in love, and
you're going there as a loner. If I use that word loner, you're in your world. You're defining your world yourself. If you like, pass. If you don't like, pass. If you like, get carry over. If you don't like, get carry. You don't get carry over.
It's a free world.
It's a free world. So and because I knew what I wanted, and because that same thing, that same thought of, okay, I need to go to school, I need to graduate, was still ringing so loud in my head. I mean, I mean, I paid more attention to my academics, and in the long run, it was not really this thing, because a lot of people I know I was different from every other person in school. I mean, when I mean a different, I think I was the only little person at some point before somebody else now joined in the long run. And for me, I never really see it I never saw it as something new. It was just fun all through. It was fun. While the academics were tough, it was still fun. And in the long run, what happens? People who don't go will come out eventually. So I'm happy that. I'm happy that.
a lot of words, but adventurous, exciting, challenging.
Nkubi,
I would say tough,
tough,
fun,
fun,
and adventurous.
and adventurous. Oriente,
Say it's been amazing,
amazing.
stressful, and mind blowing, kind of.
Mind-blowing. Nice. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, and we hope that in subsequent conversation, we would speak to our viewers and get them to understand some more about your personal experiences. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bam.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, love.
Enter.
What do you want to talk now?
You don't talk with
I
one
don't
talk.
talk and finish now. I'm so proud of my own.
No, you should be proud of everybody here.
University of Ibadan.
Yes.
You want to go find out, Abi?
No, find out. Go. You don't even know the course your husband studying.
It's not,
Imagine, I dey draw.
gone are the days where
I know they draw. No be fine art, theater art.
We're so
Theater art.
Imagine.
Sorry.
You don't even know the profession
Yes,
that
so-
brings money, that
everybody's saying
brings money to the
you
house.
are,
That
you are.
thing.
You are saying fine art. Have you ever seen me draw?
Sorry now.
What's that?
But
Theater art. Now, not the art.
you always draw.
No, there's a difference between fine art and theater art. Mba. There's a difference between you drawing and
Baby,
you.
that in art.
But you are drawing a heart closer
It
to
no
you.
matter. I'm
Okay,
so
yeah.
proud of you, baby.
You're
You
drawing,
should be proud of
you're drawing
You
a
should be
heart
proud of
closer
her.
to
You
you. That
should
is
be
artistic.
proud of him
I'm
as
so
well.
proud of everybody, but I'm proud of
That is
you.
artistic.
More.
Why are you hitting me on the chest now?
She's proud of you
Yeah,
more.
thank you.
She's
This might be a
expressing
If
bit-
this guy they
artistic.
speak English like this, oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's
They talk
okay.
to person like this.
Thank you.
I
Bye
think
bye.
Nkubi deserves a round of applause.
We all do. We all do. Yes, that is me.